There's the outside of it.
Look at that castle.
It's like Castle Grayskull. It's almost like we love He-Man and 80s cartoons, and we use that
So
stuff.
what's this thing?
This is his
Pause
PC.
there.
He is
Gotta pause
he is
there.
a
He's a
He's
gamer.
He's a gamer.
Gamer. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Triple monitor?
He has a triple monitor.
I'm not sure that's the most efficient monitor.
Yes.
Like like the trapezoidal.
Yes.
Odd.
I know,
but-
I'm trying to
but
think of
cool.
like, what's the optimal HUD game that he's playing with this. Obviously, it's Eternal, and there's a whole new configuration for him. Obviously,
Yes.
you got to practice.
Absolutely.
And the speakers too. You gotta
Yeah,
know
yeah.
those speakers.
And he's got a really rockin' PC there at the left, and we're excited for the next QuakeCon because somebody out there
gonna
is
make-
going to build that thing.
Oh,
So
100%.
we actually spent quite a bit of time designing his gamer chair because it had to be fucking awesome because we did it really fast. And then it was like, dude, this is where id Software, he has a gaming station. His chair has to be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So we actually really, really went to town on the chair.
I was gonna say because like you got to think with that physique, the ergonomics are a totally different config.
Oh, yeah, I'm not even too sure he's fitting in that thing. But the main thing is it looks awesome.
Is that a standing desk? Does it kind of come up?
It
probably
might,
does.
It
Yes.
might. Look, and look to the right.
Yes.
Yeah, what's
It's
that?
like this little,
Little cage.
almost like an animal cage.
Interesting. What would go in
Huh.
there?
I don't know.
Crazy.
It's like rabbit-sized.
Cool.
And there's even like
Interesting.
some kind of food.
Huh?
And it's almost like if you pay attention in every single level in the game, you'll see a single rabbit hidden somewhere in every. It's almost like
Keep
that
your
could
eye
happen.
out.
It's sort of
Wow.
like that.
It's almost like that's exactly what's in the game. Go find it. There's a rabbit in every single level.
You heard it here first. Rabbits are confirmed. In
Yes.
Doom
You also got to appreciate the custom rug.
Exactly.
We need to get merchandise.
That's
you know,
true.
on that.
Oh
The
my
real
God.
question is if
Didn't
there's
see
a
that.
single rabbit, is it a real rabbit or is it a figment of his imagination? You know how like in True Romance, Christian Slater's character, he sees Elvis. I always thought that was so cool, like Elvis talks. So like, is this rabbit a figment of his imagination in the levels?
Is it? I don't
real?
know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is exactly where I was hoping we were going to go with this. I had no idea we were getting here, and this is perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
So much to talk
Oh
about.
my
Look at this.
goodness, it's an
Wait a
old
minute.
PC.
Pause.
Hold on. So what's he doing with this?
What was-
Playing old video games.
Old
what else
games.
do you do on
Cool.
an
Yeah.
old PC?
I guess there's emulating.
Some of the best old video
I
games
think
ever
so.
made. Yes.
Sure.
Again, that's
Maybe
it looks
maybe
like
inspiring his own story.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
And he has he's got a record player right there to play
Yeah.
vinyls.
a nice.
Yeah, he's a nerd. Like honestly, he's like one of us.
He is.
Only he's like 300 pounds,
And really
and,
swole.
and he could slaughter demons. So he's but he's also a gamer, and he's really into the
Yeah.
history of games.
Absolutely.
Is that a skateboard to the right?
That,
It is.
That is
Yes.
a skateboard.
Nice.
It's almost like all of us combined doing all the things that we like maybe couldn't easily like slay demons or even just stay on
Yes.
that skateboard. To
He's
be honest.
like Bruce Lee on a skateboard, maybe.
Yes,
The
yes.
shotgun?
the
yeah.
shout outs are just
It's crazy.
That cassette?
Yeah,
that tape
he
there?
bought the collector's edition, so
Yeah,
he
sure
got the
did.
he
Wow.
got the cassette.
Of course he did.
day one.
Yes.
So because everybody's gonna be like cassette tape, okay, boomer.
Yeah.
Right.
The back in the day, people used to listen to music on cassette tapes. It
Yeah.
was awesome.
You'd
I
flip
know.
them over.
It's a
Yes.
Doomslayer mixtape.
Ooh, that's a spicy hot list.
Look at
Wait,
those
wait, wait, wait.
guitars;
minute.
they're awesome.
What in God's green earth? Actually, we're above God's green earth at this
Does
point.
he
so
use them?
I don't know. Originally I won't say, but we had actually 3 famous guitars there, but you can't do that kind of stuff because that's there's
Not
all kinds
approved.
of licensing
That's
and
right.
different things.
Sure.
But that would have been fun. But we made our own. So again, like someone in the next couple of years has to make these guitars.
oh yeah.
Like, yeah, because they look awesome.
I mean, I love how I got to give a shout out to that middle one in particular because we've seen the Marauder, we've seen the Axe. We know that all the real guitar guys
Yeah.
that can play,
Totally.
it is their Axe, and I mean, that's a dangerous instrument right there.
Handle with care.
We have so much fun with the brand. I mean, I think it shows when we make stuff like this. Everybody involved is just having a good time,
That's awesome.
fleshing out the character. But it actually does tell you about like who he is, And again, the Doom Eternal and Doom 2016. It's just a Saturday morning cartoon. You got to think of it that way. Like it's a fantastic universe. It's a really cool IP. Parts of it are serious, but none of it ever takes itself too seriously. And we love working on this brand because we get to do stuff like this.
Get your own Doom guitar after.
Oh,
Yeah, look at
after
that
this
thing. That thing's awesome.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Oh my.
My stars.
Wait a minute.
There is an awesome story behind
Another
this.
rabbit.
Yes. It says a lot about his personality that he's an oil painting of himself. He's a little bit of a narcissist.
I was waiting for that. Yeah.
I think the coolest thing is that this was actually created by a fan.
Yeah,
Zeus. Yep.
Zeus. Yeah,
Yes.
He's been to the studio. Actually, Hugo gave him some tips on his portfolio. He came.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
Incredible.
He sent us. He does oil on canvas, like
Yes.
fan art, oil on canvas. This is. We decided to put this in the game, but we have the original hanging in the office,
so cool.
and
Yes.
and he also did a really cool one of the Spider Mastermind from 2016 that we have hanging in the
Yes.
office.
Keep painting, Zeus.
Yep.
Yeah, Zeus, you're
Don't
already
stop.
in
Good
Doom
stuff.
Eternal, right?
Right.
This is a good
That's right.
start. This is a good start.
Pretty good.
Yes.
Break into the industry, one painting at a time.
Zeus has a very promising career ahead of him. He keeps painting, but really for anybody, I mean, he's just passionate about the brand, and he's producing awesome artwork. And we see that we have like a wall of fan art in the office that grows every day, and the letters and all kinds of crazy stuff
Yeah.
that we get. It's so awesome.
It's amazing.
You're running out of walls.
Yes,
We are.
awesome.
Literally, we only hang maybe, oh my gosh, 1/25th
Yeah.
of what we could,
Yeah.
but
It's
it's so inspiring.
And then we're like, hey, let's open up the Slayers Club and have people submit stuff every month. And you're like,
Yeah.
okay, well, we'll just make a bigger office, I guess.
Holy cow! What is that back there? It's almost.
I want to know.
Yeah.
It's like a giant mech. So, okay, more lore nerd stuff.
Interesting.
The mechs are also part of the Sentinel fleet in their war against the demons a long, long time ago. This is a relic from his past, and they're called Atlans. The mechs in the Doom universe are called,
Atlans?
which is the coolest sounding name.
It really is.
And
The Sentinel mechs. You'll also see Earth mechs. But,
Yes.
But yeah, these are the Sentinel mechs.
everything you look around and it speaks to like the history of the world. There was a huge battle that took place on Earth in the war against the demons. Clearly the humans lost, but we want to pull you in with that stuff. If you stop and look around, every inch of Doom Eternal has a story to tell.
I think you made a good point though when we were talking earlier to somebody that when the Slayer took down the Titans, as everybody knows from 16 lore.
Yeah.
He did it with his guns and his hands.
bare hands.
He doesn't need an Atlan.
And
It wasn't in
Crucible
that
sword.
giant Atlan right there?
No.
No, so he didn't use. So TBD, we will not say whether or not he uses this or if it's even his particularly, because this is just a Fortress of Doom. It's a battle station. But
Sure.
no, just so fans know, he definitely took the Slayer doesn't need a mech, of course.
Yeah.
He's so powerful, but other people do because they're not as strong as he is.
Yeah.
And this leads to the prison, which is called the Ripitorium.
It's a good name.
Awesome.
It's
It's
a
almost
perfect
as
name.
Little dev
cartoony
story.
as, yeah.
I love
When we
it.
came up with the name, and one of the devs was like, "We're not really going to call it this."
And you're
I
like,
was
yeah, we are.
Yeah, we
Absolutely.
fucking are.
You're like, that's what we always do. That's what we
Yes.
keep doing. And the Repertorium is kind of a place where you can go and sort of like, oh,
Look at
Jesus,
that
I'm
thing.
just going to stop. Look at this.
Yes. So the design of all of the Sentinel armor, there's a light on the left breastplate, and there's a sash on the right shoulder. And so all of both his armor looks like this, and then all the ancient armor looks like this. So all of it is ancient Sentinel armor design. And then what he wears now and in 2016 is like a modernized version of that. And if you see in his hub, you can see where he works on his armor to kind of update it.
Guy
You'll
does everything.
actually see these too, like full-size versions of these, kind of like locked in ancient battles in,
Yeah.
in certain levels. It's amazing, really. Just
This is
tons
the
of world building.
Repertorium at the bottom of his castle.
Yeah.
I love that they're just trapped there and he murders them, whenever he wants.
This
So
is
just
just-
to relax. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
for sport,
Yes.
right?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So
It's just
for-
downtime.
Yep.
He's like, I feel like it's it's close to midnight. I kind of want to work out. I'll just go down to the Repertorium real
Go down to the
Yes.
gym.
quick. Tear a little bit.
Cool.
He and for players who want to practice and work on mods or try out different things in a safe environment, you don't die, you don't take damage, and you never run out of ammo.
Oh, that's cool.
It will update throughout the campaign with new AI. So if you want to get to know them a little bit better outside the battlefield in terms of their attacks and the timing of their attacks and different things, you can go down here when you go to the hub and just practice.
Nice.
I'd like a shout out to Ian and Luis and Jerry, and if I'm missing it, and the concept work that was done on that Fortress of Doom. It's extremely hard to pull that stuff off, and the guys really, really kicked butt, worked really hard on that stuff. We get such a kick out of making this stuff for you guys, so it came out awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, that really is just a taste. I mean, as you play the game yourself, you're going to find little nooks and crannies. Some pictures have kind of surfaced online of some of the books on the shelf, and just
Oh, the books are hilarious.
it's awesome.
And it's not just like lore and world building. Like the hub serves a really big function in your upgrades too. Like
Oh, yeah.
there's little, you mentioned the nooks and the crannies. There's these kind of compartments that are sealed off, and you have to find sentinel batteries throughout the world and plug them into those, and you get to choose which one you do, and you can unlock mods faster than you mod. What are those things called? Mod bots.
Yes, mod bots, Praetor suit points,
Praetor suit points. There's
suits of armor,
suits of armor that you can unlock, customization type
ancient
stuff.
sentinel armor.
Yeah, really tons to do in the hub, and again, not just a
Yeah.
place of lore, but real true function.
It's a big part of the progression for sure that you're going to want to collect those sentinel batteries throughout the level. When you get there, be able to unlock and progress your character much faster, because the game is really hard, but balanced and fair, but definitely there's a challenge there, and we want you. Very big part of the fun zone, as we call it, is to have you investing in the progression of the game. Because if you don't need to progress your character and you don't feel compelled to progress your character in terms of upgrading your weapons, then it's not going to be a very balanced game, So there's a lot of that stuff in the hub, and you could kind of progress your character actually much faster if you invest in those things.
Cool. That's awesome. So
And
I
there's
guess-
secrets in the hub too.
Oh yeah.
Yes, lots of secrets.
Like
A lot of
absolute-
teases. You walk around and
Yeah.
you actually can see, like, oh, I know what's behind that door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could find albums in the world. The question marks are two types of secrets. There are albums and there's collectible toys. This time around, there's a collectible toy figure of every single demon, and inside his man cave, he has a toy shelf where they all go. And then when you go up to the shelf,
Yes, he has a man
Yes.
cave.
Yes.
That's where his
He-
PC was.
he clicks on. You could click on the toy, and then you get a 3D model. It's a model previewer of the final assets. You get to really inspect the gorgeous assets that the guys made for the demons. Same thing for the guns. And then with the records, there are empty picture frames throughout the hub. And every time you find one, a rock poster will go in there. You can go up to that and then play a song. And while you're in the hubs, you have your own soundtrack when you're in the hub. Lots of classics.
A lot of classic stuff.
Yeah.
It's really
a lot
cool.
of things that people
Play E1M1 as you're running around your hub from
Yeah.
the,
Ooh,
the
so
original
the best.
MIDI files. It's
incredible.
fantastic.
Feels
yeah.
right.
some stuff from Doom 3, like lots of cool stuff that I think everybody's really going to like. So,
Yeah. Other games too. It's cool.
yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.